the third largest city in Sweden and only a 40-minute train ride from the capital city of Denmark, Copenhagen. When most people think of visiting Sweden, they automatically think of the capital city, Stockholm, of course, but I'm here to show you why Malmo should really be on the forefront of your mind, especially if visiting Copenhagen is on your bucket list already. So let me help you plan the perfect day trip from Copenhagen to Malmo, Sweden. Starting with how to get there, you can either take the train or the bus. I personally took the train, which is a lot quicker, but it is a little bit more expensive. It was 40 minutes from Copenhagen Central Station to Malmo Central Station and cost 150 DKK each way, which is about 14 US dollars. There was no discount for buying round trip. It was the same price as buying two singles, and you can easily buy the ticket from a machine inside the Copenhagen Central Station. For the bus, it will take about an hour and 15 minutes, and I think the prices vary and you can get them for pretty cheap, but when I do look on the Flixbus website, it's about 20 US dollars, a little bit more than that round trip. So unless you can find a ticket that's way cheaper than that, I would definitely take the train to save time since the price difference isn't too drastic. You also have the option of going straight from the Copenhagen airport if you would prefer that, because the train leaves from Copenhagen Central Station and stops at the airport on the way to Malmo. So it's the exact same train you'd be on if you left from the city center anyways. It's only about 25-ish minutes on the train from the airport. So now let's dive in by pulling up my trusty Google Map here. Anyone who knows me or watches my channel knows I am a crazy Google Map maker when I travel. So if you want to make your own Google Map when you travel or as you're planning your trip, make sure to check out this video. So once you arrive at the Malmo Central Station, you are right in the city center of Malmo and you can do everything by walking. So right away, we'll head across the canal to Gamla Vaster neighborhood, which is as central as you can get in Malmo. We'll start at St. Peter's Church, which is a Gothic-style Protestant church built in 1380. Next, we'll head to Stortorget. I don't know how to say that, but it's a beautiful square right in the city center. It was created in 1540 and is the largest square in Malmo. The most notable building in this square is the town hall. Right around the corner from this square is Lilla Torg, which is another cute square, but feels completely different. It feels like you've stepped back in time like 100 years ago. It was actually built in 1592, so after Stortorget, even though it feels much older, and it was originally built as a market square. Next, we'll head to Kungsparken, which is the oldest park in Malmo. I was there in January, so as you can see, it's basically an area just filled with ice at this point, but I'm sure most of the year it's pretty lovely. It's a nice place to relax and hang out, especially since you're right in the center. Now, if you need to get out of the cold, go to the bathroom, or just kind of rest your feet, head to the Malmo City Library at the south end of the park. This might be one of the nicest and cleanest public libraries I've ever been to. So many places to just sit and relax. You have free Wi-Fi, but the best part is the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the beautiful views of the park. Next, we'll head back into the park to visit Malmo Castle, which was built in 1542, which is the oldest preserved Renaissance castle in Scandinavia. It costs 40 SEK, or about 3 USD to enter. Right across from the castle entrance is Fiskehøderne, which is a collection of historic fish huts where you can get some fresh fish and chips or other seafood products. I was there on a Saturday afternoon and only one stall was open. It felt very empty. So I continued on to Malmö Hall, which is a really cool food market with lots of different food options to choose from. I actually ended up getting fish and chips from a place called Söderholmens Fisk for 185 SEK, which is about 17 USD. And oh my god, these were the best fish and chips I have ever had in my entire life. Sorry, England, please don't revoke my citizenship for saying that, but oh my god, I can't recommend this place enough. The last thing you can go see is further from downtown, and it's a building called the Turning Torso, which is just a unique photo opportunity. If you want to spend more time in this area, you can also check out the Titanic Lovelock viewpoint, which is overlooking the water. Then you end the day by going back to Malmö Central Station and hopping back on your train or your bus to get back to Copenhagen and get back to your accommodation. If you're still planning your trip and haven't booked your Copenhagen accommodation yet, look no further. I have the best place for you. It's called Next House. They have both 4-bed and 6-bed dorms if you're looking to stay on a budget from about 21 to 25 USD per night, but they also have private rooms upwards of 50 US dollars if you prefer to have your own space or you're in a couple. The facilities here are incredible, just unlike any other hostel I've ever stayed at before, so check out this hostel tour video before you book your accommodation in Copenhagen. Hey guys, I'm here in Denmark, Copenhagen, and I'm staying at the coolest hostel I've ever stayed at before, so I thought it'd be fun to show you guys around. It's called Next House, which you can kind of see behind me. And one other thing to mention too, just because you're gonna probably mostly be spending your time in Copenhagen and going to Malmo just for the day if you are following this as a day trip, I noticed right away Copenhagen is a very expensive city, but going over to Malmo, it was a lot more affordable. Like that same fish and chips that I got that I said was about 18 USD would have been upwards of 25 in Copenhagen. So not like it's, oh my gosh, super cheap, but you will notice a difference that it is a little bit more affordable in Malmo. So if you want to eat out and have, you know, a nice meal at a restaurant, I would recommend having that in Malmo before you head back to Copenhagen so you can save a little bit of money. And let me help make your time in general in Copenhagen absolutely incredible with this list of the best things to do in Copenhagen, Denmark.